All right, well, you found the review for real number properties, and this goes with our lesson 1.3. So, real number properties. And real quickly, remember, I taught you word association. When you think of the commutative property, you should be thinking of the idea of order. In other words, with the commutative property, we can change the order. Addition, A plus B equals B plus A. If we were talking multiplication, it would be A times B equals B times A. You can change the order. All right, word association with the associative property, and you should be thinking of the word grouping. Grouping, right? So with the associative property, we can change the grouping. So I'll do multiplication this time. A times the quantity, B times C. Now let's change the grouping, quantity AB times C, right? So in the first case on the left, the B is grouped with the C, and now the B is grouped with the A. We change the grouping. Hey, that's associative. Again, you can do it addition and or multiplication. All right, what do I do with the identity? There's not a single word. I teach them this concept, back to the original. Back to the original. All right, because you have to end up back where you started. So for addition, A plus 0 gets you back to the original, to A, right? See how you're back to the original? And if it were multiplication, it would be A times 1 equals A. Again, we're back to the original. All right, the last one, inverse, there's really two things. And I can tell them this, hey, if it's not commutative associative identity, it's probably inverse. But addition, you're adding inverses. What's the inverse of A? It's opposite. So you're adding opposites and you're multiplying by inverses. What's the inverse of A? 1 over A. It's reciprocal. So the inverse for addition is adding opposites. The inverse, whoa, what did I just, yeah, I'm good. Okay. And the inverse for multiplication is multiplying by its reciprocal. In the first case, you get 0. In the second, you get 1. All right, so commutative order, associative grouping, identity back to the original, inverse, add opposites, multiplied by reciprocals.